just the Noob Cybot card and no icon. I said to him, why is that? And he said to me, because nothing else belongs there, just Noob Cybot. He doesn't want anything getting in the way. Right, so Blood God and Nimble, this was the matchup we were expecting. He doesn't get his stage, so they are going to go for the Cove. Now, this is a stage that Stunner has selected. Could this be a stage that Stunner likes for Nimble? I would definitely assume so, considering how well we saw him put the Interactables to use last time. I'd be surprised to see him pick anything else, because the stages do make a big difference depending on your character. Can really give you a lot more safety, a lot more options, and that's what you do it for. But no first hit just yet. And there we go, there's that reversal. Here comes Stunner. It's always quite a read when you use your only bar, because everyone starts with 1 bar meter, but when you use your first bar to try and bag first hit, you know, if they block it, it's a waste. But just like that, oh, stops the ball. That's interesting. Oh, there we go, there's the tech. Interesting. That was really clever. Really, really smart stuff by ProStunner. There's the safe claw swipe. That's a true block string as well. Does a good amount of chip damage, goes on a good chunk of meter. Gets the down one in, Madzin going for his pressure here. Gets the damage totem, 1 hit here is going to be big damage. Madzin with 3 bars to spend. That's the danger. Madzin sitting on 3 bars, tries to get the punish, doesn't quite get it. Jumps out of the forward 2-2. Oh, catched it. No ops not to use his bar. I think he's just going to go for chip damage here. Maybe try and build some bar. Oh, that's a really good delayed wake up from Madzin. Stunner just blocking. Very intelligent right there. Oh no, that's very dangerous. I think Madzin not ready for the jump in to connect. Here comes the grab. He opts to go for the fast ball instead of the slow one, which did give Madzin a free jump over. Meter burn Sunray and damage reduction. Here we go. This isn't going to even out the health, but it's definitely going to make it harder for ProStunner to close this one out. Gets a read on the jump in. Oh, catches and pressing buttons between the block jumping punch. Oh, I'm certain Stunner was trying to go for a anti-air there. And he goes a bit too late. Very interesting, questionable decision to go for that. And he does armor through, but he takes so much damage. I mean, almost never the trade will be in your favor. He's low on health, but Madzin caught pressing buttons on wake up, which gives quite a long-winded round 1 to ProStunner. I like seeing players do that. I like seeing them not commit to the full string, and they are ready for the delayed wake up. Stunner, if he had committed to that full string, Madzin would have punished him there, but Stunner went for just half of it and then left himself safe. Let's go for the plus frames. Oh, reads a throw and goes for a down 2 punish. Gets himself out of the corner, does whiff the jump in punch though. And there we go, Stunner has no armor to reversals, it's all plus. Really could use just the pokes there. I mean, Madzin making just really good reads on the projectiles right now to just get cleanly over them. I mean, we know Kotal Khan has good jump-ins, but the plus frames of Kotal Khan to consistently read the projectiles as often as he is takes a lot of patience. And there he goes! He knows that Madzin's fuzzy guarding the low. Goes to the overhead as well. Very cheeky stuff. He has no bar. Unfortunately, Stunner has no bar. I mean, we really don't see Nimble shine until the meter has been spent. Oh, goes for a down 2, but does eat the mid back 1. Just like that, that's going to be chip damage. Unless he can make a miraculous comeback here, but very, very difficult. And there we go, that's guaranteed. I mean, the thing is, Stunner actually hasn't had the chance to do any Nimble buffs whatsoever. We know that Nimble can slow down time and enforce some mix-ups and some combo damage, but in this situation, we're really not having a chance to see it at the moment. And he tries to anti-cross up with the down 3, but the back-to-back jumps. Oh, unfortunate, Madzin ready with the bait. Does drop the combo. I mean, ProStunner's opting to use most of his bar, if not all of it, on these meter burn slides and meter burn overhead claws. So he hasn't really got the stats available for the Nimble buff, but Madzin breaks away. Doesn't get the totem though, gets it that time. Oh, good freeze. Really good freeze there from Stunner. Unfortunately, once again, that's really the story of everyone's life. I mean, Blood God has such an amazing job mitigating damage. It's just Stunner is having to put in so much work just to take away the smallest amount of life. There's that free setup. I mean, ProStunner goes for a down 3. Definitely not guaranteed, but challenges it. Oh, and there's the air to air. That's the big damage from the damage totem. And there's the quick rise again, forcing you to take the block disc. Oh no. And there we go. Oh no! Catches over here, but again, the damage mitigation, just 9% damage, not a lot. Oh, there's the Nimble buff, catches them jumping. Oh, breaks away, gets out of it. And that was a really crucial break as well, because when you break, it also removes the speed buff. And right there, the damage mitigation is going to save Madzin from the damage there. Is he still alive? Is he still alive? Oh, and there's the anti-air. Game 1 goes to ProStunner and a meter burn slide for good measure. But right there, you saw just how long every round took because of that Blood God totem. It's just patience. Madzin playing very slow, very safe, but ProStunner playing at the speed that he needs to. I mean, we saw Madzin was opting to go for the parries on the projectiles as well. So ProStunner was throwing the slow balls, like the slow versions, and he froze the second one. And he was stopping them to make Madzin not want to do it anymore. And then he was getting a few more, and you know, little bits like that. It was a very close game. You know, I don't think it's going to be a sweep this set. I think most of the game is going to go down like that. But regardless, really good stuff. But Madzin opting to go for Grandmaster Sub-Zero. I don't think he thinks the matchup really favors. So we've seen this matchup before. We saw it earlier today actually, where it was against Costas and Harris went for Sub-Zero because it's one of his main characters. But to be honest, Stunner really did put on the clinic of how much he knows the matchup. Yeah. So this isn't going to be a matchup that Stunner's not familiar with. And to be fair, who hasn't got Grandmaster Sub-Zero experience online? Everyone plays that character. But Nimble, Reptile, a character that, you know, you need to be very prepared for in a setting like this. But, you know, to prepare, you need to play it regularly. And we don't really have a lot of people playing Nimble, especially Reptile. Assuming that start off backdoor there, I'm assuming that was to try and get around the down 4. Because a lot of Sub-Zeros try and start with the down 4. And here comes Madzin, ever so slightly too high, so he's not going to get the clone there. Does manage to bag himself out the corner, but jumps himself straight back in, but still manages to confirm off that catching the jump. Really nice last minute confirm on the forward 4-1-2. Oh, and he tries to go for a new jump punch, but just does it ever so slightly too late. Or tries to trip guard, but out of range. Oh no, just straight on walking into it and then getting frozen, and here comes another clone. This is really the bread and butter of Grandmaster. I think Stunner trying to poke out some limbs, hoping Madzin's going to block them. Obviously, when Grandmaster blocks, his clone will disappear. I think he's predicting that Madzin's going to do a normal behind the clone, so he hits Madzin before the clone, which will obviously make it disappear. But you know, Madzin's spacing himself correctly, gets the corner reverse just like that. So ProStunner is in a nasty situation right now. Now, the problem as well is that Stunner has no meter. Nimble is meter intensive for the fact that the real bread and butter of Nimble comes from the meter burn slowdown, which you obviously have to spend a bar to do. And that was a wonderful chase down. Not a lot of damage, but gets the bar out of Madzin and makes him completely waste it. Catches it. Oh, tries to confirm, but not quite enough. Maybe the slide would have caught, but opts go for the elbow dash. Nice reactions there from Stunner. Stunner just has to avoid the corner at this point, because that's exactly where Madzin needs him. And there's the meter burn clone just for the startup time. Goes for the clone again. ProStunner's got to keep him at bay. Really good block, because that's like Madzin loves to do. He loves to use the 1-2 as a poke, just to get that long range low and put it into a clone. Oh, I love the down 4 just to low profile the jump in. Really smart from Madzin. But Stunner, he's actually ready for the shatter there. That's one thing Reptile will do, and he drops the combo. Very unfortunate. Oh no, Madzin wasn't ready for it to connect, but then Stunner has no meter. And he slides into the clone. That's so heartbreaking. Oh no! That's it. That's going to be game 2 to Madzin. That drop's going to haunt Stunner for a bit, because that's taking it to 1-1, but that was his game. He had the combo, but again, you know, dropping it cost him the momentum. Obviously, it got in his head, because he immediately started to be I don't want to say random, but it was a bit of a scramble near the end. You know, the Armored Claw reversal was kind of obvious, but I almost feel that Stunner thought it was so obvious that that's why he wasn't really ready for it to confirm. He thought, well, it's not going to hit him, but he's going to block it, and at least it's going to get rid of the clone. And it hit him, you know, because the clone disappeared, he got the hit, and then that's where he got to confirm, but I guess he just wasn't ready. We're pretty much almost never seeing the chance, so seeing players, especially Nimble, we're not really seeing the opportunity to go for the slowdown, which actually I was about to point out, but Stunner has actually gone deceptive, I think he must realise that Nimble really isn't doing much for him. I mean, it helped him in round 1 because you know, he was getting the momentum and getting the settings, but like I said before, he's using so much of his meter on the armored reversals that he just doesn't have the tools to make the most of the slowdown. Oh, jump into back 2, that raw 50-50. Oh, there's that block that time. Interesting how that didn't punish it. I think he just did it too late. I think that must have just been that he did it too late, and that's going to be big damage. The second you get tagged by that low, that's 43% meterless. That's one thing is Grandmaster, like, although Reptile may be meter intensive, jumps himself straight back into the corner, but lovely recovery. Oh, whoa. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, he's still alive. Almost would like him to just sit there and wait for it to whiff entirely and then punish, but no, dive straight into an elbow dash. I'm not sure what that was. I mean, Madzin just tried to X-ray him and then, round 2. I don't know, questionable decision from both players, but Madzin's going to take the first round. Oh no, and the fourth ball completely misses. ProStunner thinking a little bit too far ahead here, it seems. But again, he's using so much bar. He has 3 now though, but he's taking so much damage. Gets out of the corner, but has to be careful because Madzin has a significant life lead. Oh wow. Oh wow, nice. That was nice. It cost him all 3 bars, so very expensive, but not quite sure if it was worth all the stock, but manages to at least get Madzin cornered. I mean, he at least lives to fight another day. And then here comes the clone. That's going to kill him. Very, a much more swift game 3 there. I mean, Madzin's 1 game away from getting his run back against Foxy in the grand finals, but I think Stunner, to be honest, just seems a bit... He seems to kind of freeze up a little bit when he gets in. Obviously, no pun intended, but... Well, I mean, I think Stunner's, he does a great job, but when momentum isn't exactly in his favor, he seems to be quite predictable with his ways to get it back in his favor. Because obviously, hitting an armored reversal is, once you've got that combo, yes, momentum is yours again, and you've got things going. But
if the other player knows he's going to do that, actually ProStunner opts to go for Summoner Quan Chi.
We do know he can play Quan Chi. I've seen him use a bit of Quan in the past. Summoner, it's an interesting decision because the problem is, although Summoner is as strong as it is, when he gets put in the corner against Grandmaster, it is absolutely miserable. Like, it's going to be a matchup now of who wins after getting that one touch, because if Grandmaster touches Quan Chi, you're going to push him into the corner and then kill him.
For that reason alone, I'm not sure if I agree with this character swap, because Reptile has a lot of answers for the clone. He's got a lot of armored moves that he has to respect.
Right there, the forward 4 clone is safe on block, and now Stunner has lost his only bar to make stuff safe.
And he's already cornered. This could be really bad if he can't get out of this corner.
And there's the shatter, and there's the clone. I mean, this in general, this is going to be story of his life right here. This is exactly the situation Quan can't end up in, because if you're in the corner against Grandmaster, it's just so difficult. Stunner hasn't even been able to get a single move off yet.
It was practically a flawless. Aside from the chip damage that Meteorburn Trance did, that was a flawless. Madzin looking to take himself into Grand Finals again.
And there we go. I just don't know.
I think Stunner's, he's going to have to work a little harder for his damage than just raw trances. It's just not going to work against someone like Madzin, who's just so familiar with the matchup.
Well, I like to think Madzin's a bit familiar with that match by now, the amount of times that me and him have played. Oh, and there we go. Again. Not watching his feet. And just not a situation you can do that in. I mean, Madzin's ready for all of these defensive tools. He's just ready for them. That's going to be a clone. Or not even necessarily. And there we go. That's guaranteed. Because the back 3-3 Meteorburn clone. I mean, that's just... We said why we didn't think that was a great decision, and I think Madzin pretty much just proved it. And he turns Quan Chi into a skeleton. Could that have been a little bit of foreshadowing?
Everyone's doing it against Quan, though. Have you noticed? It's only against Quan.
Maybe.
Is that some kind of poetic justice that Quan Chi gets turned into a skeleton?
I think so.
It's not a glowing green one, so it's not the same.
It's halfway there.
No, it's not the same. It makes all the difference, man. I mean, Kenshi can do a blue